Hello and thank you for joining us for another Gran Turismo 7 track guide. I'm JB Racing and I'm here in association with Kireth Esports to give you a lap guide here for Deep Forest and the Group 3 cars. This is Daily Race B this week. It's 5 laps, Group 3, and again, no real strategy being a Race B race, but there is fuel load and tyre wear now to consider in Race B, so the car will feel a lot heavier. The fastest car on the leaderboard at the moment is actually the Ford GT, but just in terms of stability and ease to drive, I've gone with the Peugeot RCZ, or you could go with the McLaren. The late braking on the RCZ just seems to be a real advantage, as you can get on the brakes super late and just handles really nicely. Do look out for the hairpin though at the end of the long straight down the back. You can brake late in the RCZ, but I had this happen to me in a race earlier that I was doing, which was quite amusing. So I'm coming up here to the hairpin, get on the brakes, and then out of nowhere narrowly got missed there by that GTR, so I wouldn't recommend this driving line. You do need to turn at the end of the straight, so do watch out for that. But yeah, joking aside, we're going to get into the lap guide now. RCZ seems to be like a really easy car to drive around here, but you can use the McLaren if you prefer. If you want to go all out speed, then the Ford GT is definitely the best car, but it's very hard to handle in the twisty section at the front. So let's get into that now and break the lap guide down. So this is actually my first time learning this track, so hopefully this will be useful for anybody else whose first time it is as well. First brake marker we're looking out for is just before the 100 metre board on our right there. Coming down to second gear, get the car in nicely here to the apex, and then start feeding the power in once you're about halfway through and you can see that yellow barrier in front of you. Use all of this track here on the right as runoff, and you want to start aiming for the left hand side. Now this is the tricky section where I said you can lose control really easily. You need a little dab of brake there in fourth just to slow the car down, but make sure you do it when the car's in a straight line. Then back on the power, again a little bit of braking down into third, but only when you're on a straight line, and then a tiny little bit of brake just to pull the car in for the apex there on the right hander. So going through that again, little dab of brake in fourth, feed the power and use a little bit of that curb there on the right. Again, a little dab of brake down to third, you can clip a bit of this curb on the left hand side, and then a touch more brake just to hold the car in for the right hander. You can get on the power nice and early in this car, so powering up out here in third, but then as you come over the hill there, little dab of brake and down in second to get the car to come in. Get your right two tyres inside this white line, and then feed the power in third gear, and you can use this green Astro to sort of cut a bit of the corner through this section. Now as we come just to the crest of the hill again, a little dab of brake, turn in nice and early, and then you can accelerate pretty fully out here to the right hand side. And about halfway over the bridge, just as you come towards this yellow sort of handrail section on the right, get on the brakes, down into second gear, and you want to try and get your left two tyres on that red and white curb there. So I just missed that a little bit, but that's what you want to be aiming for. Now coming down the back straight here, we are going to be revving the gears out and trying to get the most out of the car. Come all the way to the left at first, and then come across to the right, and that's going to be your sort of straightest line to get the maximum amount of time out down the back straight. And the brake marker that we're looking out for here, I brake just as I'm coming out of the shadow there from the canopy overhead. You can probably push it a little bit further than that, but the shadow I think is a good starting point if you're learning the track like I am here. First gear to turn the car in, then I feed the power in just for a second in first, and then straight up to second gear, and we're going to be driving now just at full speed down to the finish straight. Please do drop a like if you've enjoyed that track guide, if it's helped you out. And consider coming over to JB Racing on my channel to check out any more GT7 videos that are coming out. That lap ultimately was good enough for a 1:27.226. I was pretty pleased with that compared to the leaderboards at the start of the day this morning on a Monday. We're going to play the lap guide out here now at full speed. Hope that helps you out, and look forward to seeing you for the races in the week. Thanks very much.